Attention is the new currency. Everybody's fighting for it. You need to learn how to attract attention before making money or even having any sort of influence. Uniqueness and controversy are the greatest way to attract attention. My name is Danny Banchev. I'm the founder of the Off Porn Academy, and I'm about to share with you all of the lessons I learned while building one of my podcasts from 0 to 90,000 followers in less than 90 days. In the next few minutes, I'm about to share number 1, what happened, number 2, how did it happen so fast, and number 3, what are some action steps you can take right now if you want the same growth fast. Now let's rewind back to October 2022. My friend and I decided to launch a podcast on, keep that in mind, sexual education. We both thought it was an important subject and that society needed it now more than ever. We also both had some previous experience with podcasting, but nothing close to the success we're about to have. So we decided to post 1 episode per week on YouTube, Spotify, and all other podcast platforms. While doing that, we also decided to post 1 short per day on TikTok. Move forward to January 2023, which means 3 months later. We are literally the fastest growing French Canadian podcast TikTok account in the world. Now I'm saying that technically because in the world sounds cool, but in the end, we're only competing against other French Canadian podcasts, so it's only in Canada. Anyways, it's super cool. We have 3 clips with more than 400,000 views. We have 10,000 followers. Listen to this. We get sponsored by the biggest sex toy company in our province. The same company that sponsored the biggest French Canadian podcast in the game. And if I remember correctly, we're already making about like $500 per month. We get invited to some of the biggest French Canadian podcasts in the game. My friend and I get recognized in public from time to time. It's my first experience of low-level local fame. It's pretty cool. Now, for those of you who are curious, the name of the podcast is Entre Couilles Podcast. It's a French podcast. I was only in it for 1 season. We decided to split up after for various reasons. My friend found another guy, then they did a 2nd season, grew even more, and then now it's over. But although it's over, it will forever be one of the coolest experiences of my life. So now looking back at it, here is the lesson I have taken away from that experience. There is one and only reason it happened so fast. And this, my friends, is the power of controversy. Listen to this. We invited overweight sex workers, trans people, local porn stars. We invited already controversial people to talk about their sex lives. All of this while challenging them openly on the topic of sex. You can imagine how quickly the comments, the shares went up. They exploded. And yes, we actually got lucky by choosing a topic that is naturally incredibly taboo in our society and that is already controversial enough. Oh, by the way, we even got invited to a radio show with one of the most controversial radio hosts in our province, and we got him to talk about his sex life. Again, I'm very conscious that it's pretty easy to become controversial when you're talking about sex, but there's actually a formula to the game. Although that is indeed the fastest success I've ever had, it's not the only one. I have personally used a formula I'm about to teach you to grow other accounts from 0 to 30,000 plus in 4 months and smaller wins as well. More on that in the next video. So here are 5 action steps you can take right now, like today, if you want to grow your followers fast. Number 1, note down all of the topics you are deeply fascinated by. It can be sex, spirituality, manifestation, bodybuilding, or whatever interests you in life. Number 2, ask yourself, what are currently some trending or popular narratives around those topics? For example, the constant conflict between sexual revolution and the woke movement versus religions and the conservative mindset. Number 3, do you agree with them? Which one do you agree with? Why? What are your arguments? Meanwhile, by the way, you should absolutely freaking journal all of that. Once you have a list of opinions, you go to step number 4, which is to actually start expressing your message and your opinion publicly. Now, it can be in long form like a podcast or YouTube. It can be short form like TikToks, but it can also be just comments like comment sections. The important part is that you start what you're most comfortable with and then you build up from there. I know you have the most controversial opinion right now inside of you, but you're afraid of being judged. That's okay, I've been there. By the way, since we all care deep down about other people's opinions, it's literally in our biology because our ancestors, if they got kicked out of the tribe, it meant death and nobody wants to die. So we all have some sort of fear of judgment. The important part is to actually get to learn how to use it instead of letting it use you. That's why I'm saying start small and then build up from there. Then the last step, step number 5, is notice what tends to work for you and then double down on that. Attention is the new currency. Everybody is fighting for it. You need to learn how to attract attention before making money or even having any sort of influence. Uniqueness and controversy are the greatest way to attract attention, and you develop unique points of views by using your mind and journaling your thoughts on different topics. That's why those 5 steps are so important. Now, big disclaimer, absolutely avoid trying to be controversial just for the sake of being controversial. This could actually get you in big trouble. Yes, you might become famous, but then your whole personal brand is fucked. Instead, focus on relentlessly looking for the truth. Think Jordan Peterson, Andrew Tate. They became extremely famous as a result of just looking for the truth, expressing their truth while trying to serve humanity in their own way. And here's a secret. Since most people are not ready to hear the truth, your stuff will be controversial anyways. So hopefully this video helps some of y'all get some insight on how to attract attention fast. This is actually one of the lessons I shared in my newsletter called the Triple Wisdom Wednesdays, which dropped today, by the way. If you want to subscribe to the newsletter, the link will be in the description. I share 3 new life-changing principles every single week, and it takes literally less than 5 minutes to read it, and it's completely free, so go for it if you want to. Those 3 lessons actually get turned into 3 videos on YouTube every single week, so if you prefer learning by watching videos, this is actually the place to be. You can subscribe to this YouTube channel. Other than that, I'm sending y'all much love, and I'll see you here soon. Bye-bye.